Take a moment to peek into the lives of inspirational people living the true definition of happiness with author, presenter, personal stylist and coach Moana Robinson, who chats to people who have overcome challenges to live their best life. Moana is a passion and purpose coach and a personal stylist who empowers others to discover their best life and style, regardless of age. Here is Moana.
Monica, thank you so much for joining me on Take a Moment. I'm very excited to hear your story because you've been recommended to me to come on this interview because I think you're going to be very inspiring for other mums out there who may have dreams and goals of starting their own business. It's probably best if I just ask you what you do now and how you started.
Okay, so it was 5 years back when my daughter was just 1 year old. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm really excited to tell about this starting journey because my daughter was just 1 year old when we thought of My Auctions as a portal. And back then we thought of making it as a SaaS portal, right? Which was not a thing to do.
Yeah.
So it was quite challenging initially, but my topmost cheerleader was my daughter for me to just go up ahead, take this call. We started My Auctions in 2021. And 2021 January was our first auction, which was not meant to be an auction marketplace, but was an auction SaaS. But now it's an auction marketplace. We pivoted there. We started with $60,000, all sold, and right now we're doing around $3 to $4 million in one auction. So yeah, it was quite a journey when we started.
Yeah.
And it was quite challenging one. I was always on double thoughts that, given a daughter and given so many things on my head, should I be even doing it? Should I not just resume my job and stuff on? But then, yeah, I took that risk, I took that call, and this is where it took me now.
What sort of work did you do prior to starting your business?
I was a consultant. I was a sustainability consultant, policy advocate on sustainability. So I had done my master's, my postgrad in civil engineering. So I was working a lot around sustainability back then. And that's why we started a pre-loved auction house.
Oh, and so you worked full time?
Yeah, I was working full time
Yeah.
back then.
And what made you decide to start up an auction house?
So there were quite many stories around that. So there were things and I wanted to do something with the pre-loved stuff. Wherein I thought that, having a marketplace of pre-love does not make much sense to me because pre-love stuff, they don't have value, right? And value is as per the beholder. So I wanted to do something around auctions and something around pre-love stuff when I also had my co-founder who's also an auction expert. So together we built it into an auction house.
And do you mainly sell jewelry? Is it jewelry that you sell?
Yeah, it's only jewelry. It's very niche that we wanted to do. We did not want to do arts. We did not want to do bags and everything. It's
Yeah.
very niche that we wanted to do.
Mhm. And what countries are you in now?
So our head office is in Japan,
Mhm.
and of course our customers are around the world, while our offices are in Tokyo, New York, Dubai, and India.
And are the auctions held online?
Yeah, our auctions are entirely online, but we do the preview events around the globe. We do it in Hong Kong, we do it in Tokyo, we do it in Dubai, New York, Vegas. So we do run the globe.
And who are the people that normally sell through your auction house?
The pawn shops of Japan.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
And
or the pawn shop holders of Japan, the one who collect good
yeah.
from pawn shops. But the twist here is that we do not put anything in everything. We curate our auction really well so that
Mhm.
only selected pieces are in every catalog.
Mm. And do
Yeah,
you
it's
sell
more
any pawn shops in Australia?
we do have a few clients from Australia. They're all the auction houses who are buying from us. Of course, I cannot name them,
Mm.
the people who are buying from us, but majorly the auction houses of Australia or the jewelry retailers of Australia, they're all sourcing from us.
Gosh, and what about just private people? Like if I had some jewelry that I wanted to sell, could I sell it through your auction house?
As of now, no, but we're working on this AI wherein you can just upload the photo of your ring if you want to sell that. And my AI will tell you the approximate value of that. And in case you want to go ahead, you'll have an expert from my team to get in touch with you. So we're working on this AI. We're almost there. We'll be
Yeah.
launching it next 6 months. So yeah, so we're working very hard with that.
Interesting. You would have had a lot of challenges like for IT and things like that. I suppose was it just employing the right people to help you?
Yes, that is primarily the key. Right team is the right team and right time is the key of any good business, right?
Yeah.
Apart from that, of course, it's the right people at right time, with right mindset and everything. Everyone with that hunger of growth was probably the key that had everyone driven and everyone there and everyone do it.
Yeah. And how old is your daughter now?
She's 6. It's
6.
been 5 years, yeah.
Gosh. So one daughter?
Yeah, just one daughter.
Yeah, yeah. And does she take an interest in the business?
Oh, you should hear about her. She is quite entrepreneurial in her head.
Mm-hmm.
Day before, when my husband asked her, okay, Adira, give me this much money. And she tells her, Papa, I will take interest of 10%. Can you imagine a 6% say a 6-year-old saying that? Yeah, so she's quite entrepreneurial in her personality, if I say so.
Yeah.
And she loves to come to my office. She's here during her break and everything. And she started learning diamonds with my co-founder. So yeah, she's taking on it probably
Yeah.
if
Well,
she
yes,
wants to.
a good role model, role model. And does your husband work in the business as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a diamond merchant. He's a GI gemologist.
Yeah.
So his firm is one of our suppliers to the auction place.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, you have done such an amazing job. Yeah, fulfilling your dream of starting an auction house. What would you say was your biggest challenge from like 5 years ago when you first started? What was the biggest challenge that you had?
I would say, society.
In what way?
Every time there was an urge of giving up that I was at, it was only my daughter. The daughter that, I don't want to give up for her.
Mm-hmm.
But then there've been a lot of, I won't say comments, but yeah, there were a lot of people lagging about that, you have such a young daughter at home. You should be there with her. Why have you put her to daycare and stuff like that? You can afford a lifestyle by being just around her. Why do you want to get into business? Why do you want to do it now? And stuff. So yeah, that's kind of thing that was hard to even answer to. I never wanted to answer these questions as well, honestly. You're always told after you become a mother, your first priority should be your child, which certainly is. But then it's your choice if you want to model it for her, that she doesn't give up on her dreams later when she's on the crossroads of giving it, or you give up on your dreams and you just leave. I'm not judging the moms that give up on career and are rather just taking quiet life with their babies. Of course, that's the way they want to take it up. But I'm also not judging the moms that are taking up on their career.
I think there's such a thing as mummy guilt. I remember that from when I first.
Exactly. Yeah. The mom guilt is hideous. It's
Yeah.
bad.
Mhm. And where
Last year,
were
sorry,
sorry, where I just wondered where you were born.
I was born in India. I was
Yeah.
raised in Chandigarh, which is a part of India. And thereafter, I did my studies quite abroad and then I came here.
How did you overcome those listening to those comments, or how did you stop yourself from listening to those comments or taking them on board?
I guess it was the, I mean, you certainly have a mom character in your head when you become a mom, this is how you want your daughter to take it up for you and stuff like that. It was entirely that. I mean, I wanted to model it for my daughter, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I had dreams and I didn't want to give them up. And I also had a support system entirely around me who helped me, achieve the dreams that I wanted to. Last year, I wanted to do my executive MBA. I went to Stanford. She was 5 years old. So I was there for a while. And trust me, she was the proudest person on the earth when I'd gone there.
Yes. Well, you said in your notes she's one of your biggest supporters.
Exactly. She's very proud and about it.
Mm, that's fantastic. What what do you what do you love most about your business that you have at the moment?
That I'm dealing in pre-loved, that I'm able to give back it to the environment from what was taken from environment. And
Mhm.
now we're just, recycling those stuff. So working in pre-loved for these things, which otherwise you'll be mining off, is something that I'm really proud of.
Mm,
And also that our team is 90% women.
that's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I guess that this sort of industry is quite a normally a male-dominated industry. Mm,
indeed it is.
yeah.
Indeed, your side passed, your opinion is not heard. Back then you're like, why is she here? What will she do?
Mm,
But you need to create a space for yourself, which I guess in these 5 years I was able to create.
yeah. And is this business that you've started, were there any similarities with what you were doing before when you were working in your full-time job?
Mhm.
No.
Mhm. I've always been an entrepreneur. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've exited 2 companies. This is the third company that I want to go IPO with.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, being an entrepreneur, I of course had business running experience, but very different industries altogether. My last business, which I sold, was around diamonds, but it was rather a diamond marketplace. It was not nothing with auctions.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was around luxury, but it was a marketplace. Wherein I got an idea that these things do not have value to it. And that's we have to go for an auction if you go to do a jewelry and stuff.
Mm,
And that's why I have an auction marketplace now.
that's fantastic. Well, you are such an inspiration. Is there any advice that you would like to give to women who have got some goals and dreams and they possibly are suffering from mummy guilt, and feeling as though they can't take that step forward to fulfill their goals and dreams?
Don't wait for a perfect moment to happen. You
Mm,
take the risk, you take that first steps, things will fall into places. If
yeah.
you keep waiting, my daughter will go up, she'll grow older, then I do it and stuff like that. That never happens.
Mm,
So
yeah.
don't wait for a perfect time to happen. Go for it, things will figure out itself.
Yeah. That's great.
And ask for help.
Yes.
I've
Ask.
seen a lot of mom guilt. It's a lot of mom guilt in asking for help. Okay, if I ask for help, this is going to happen or that's going to happen. But baby is yours, but it takes a village to raise a baby. And I've always been unashamed about helping, asking for help.
Yeah. And is there
Yeah.
anything in particular that you're looking forward to, either in your personal life or your business?
From now on, for businesses, of course, I want to take it IPO. It is entirely bootstrapped as of now. So now I need to mitigate those road and I need to take that road path towards IPO wherein I go for the first funding round and stuff like that, which I have never done in my life as of now. I've always run entirely bootstrap businesses and my this business is also entirely bootstrapped. So yeah, that's a major goal for next 2 years when it comes to my auctions as such, that we have to take our first step towards IPO, right? And also get my AI rolled out, which I was just mentioning it to you. that, you know, you uploading the photo of your ring should have you value on
Yeah.
that ring that you're putting the photo of.
Mm,
Personal life, I want to take on this marathon this year, November.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to go on this marathon. And of course, I'm going to have this sweet time with my daughter and all.
Yeah. Oh, lovely. I really appreciate you doing this interview with me, Monica. And I know that you are going to inspire a lot of women who have got a dream inside of them about starting a business, whether they are a mum or not a mum, there's nothing stopping them.
Exactly. And the first step should be just taken.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I'll put your LinkedIn URL under the
Yeah.
notes, and anyone wants to contact you, they can.
Perfect, perfect. I'm really looking forward to it. And more than anything, I'm really looking forward for people to just go ahead and take that first step.
Thank you so much for giving up your time and providing that inspiration for other mums to become entrepreneurs.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Moana. You've been a fantastic host.
Thank you for listening to Take a Moment with Moana Robinson. Remember to visit her website, bestyledforlife.com.au, and book a time for a further conversation.